Hi, I am Raphael Harry. I am the host of White Label American podcast, and this is my participation in the C4 Challenge with the Content Creators of Color Collective. I am going to be answering 5 questions from amazing content creators and sometimes everyday people who inspire me or are just relatable in one way or the other. So enjoy, and I hope you get to learn something about me and also check out the people who asked me questions. Thank you. Hey everybody, we're close to the end. Thank you all for sticking with us, and with me especially. So, today is day 25. Oh, man. Mama, look, we almost made it. So who do we have questions from today? We have questions from none other than my second niece. She is the CEO of Fine Innovations handcrafting business. So she makes like bracelets, she makes like necklaces, she makes a whole bunch of lovely accessories. Then, she makes them herself. Made in the city of Yenagoa, locally and handmade. Then you get in touch with her if you want to buy something, and she'll get them shipped to you. She's a good young lady, good church young lady. So yeah, she ain't about that. Trust me, I really wish she was about that life. Like, she would try to cheat you, but she's not about that life. So she don't know how to cheat people. Yeah. So to my disappointment, yeah, because she's not a capitalist. She gonna be mad I said that. All right, forgive your uncle getting carried away. So let's dive into your questions, Joanne. Her name is Joanne Eneyi, aka Lady. Yeah, she that was her, right from birth. We called her Lady. Lady J. Lady Joanne. So here are the questions from Lady Joanne. Question number 1. What events led to your decision to have a podcast that shares the experiences of foreigners living in America? Events where I was betrayed by a Nigerian who stole all the equipment that I bought, and that was one of the experiences. And other experiences were my interactions with people all over the world, wherever I've been, and yeah, so I leverage all that into wanting to bring down artificial walls and show that there's just too many artificial walls that we set up to deny ourselves from seeing the humanity in people and growing from that. Question number 2. Did you have any prior media experience before White Label American? There's 2 ways to answer this question, right? Yes and no. Yes, in that I had informal experience. No, I had no experience. So let's start with no first. No, I had no experience. I never worked at a radio station. I never worked for a TV station. I never worked for a media company. No, I never did. But yes, in that I listened to a lot of radio, as you can testify to when we all live together. You all were always jumping into my room as soon as I stepped out, and you knew that I had a little transistor radio. And I was always blasting FM, and in the evenings I listened to music, but I did listen to a lot of talk shows, talk programs on the radio. However, before you guys were born, or even when you were babies, I used to do a lot of talking. And if you listen to someone like your Uncle Kenneth, he uses that to laugh at me, but that was media experience actually. I talked to my toys. I talked to, indirectly I was talking to people around me, in that I was practicing speeches. So I still have memories of mimicking General Babangida, and I would pretend like I was mimicking his national holiday broadcast. That was a media experience. I was reenacting the media experience that I'd seen on TV. Now, something that we don't consider media experience is going to give you a little trip. The Bible, the morning, the devotions, family devotions that we had, we used to have it twice a day, back when I was religious. And there were days where I was allocated the person to give sermon to the family, back when your mother still had hopes that I would turn out to be a pastor. And I would preach to the whole family in the morning. And sometimes, it was so good that they would say, I'll preach in the evening. So I'll preach in the morning and I'll preach in the evening. So I'll pick a sermon, pick a sermon I would give from the Bible and deliver my sermon from the Bible. So I had an audience. The whole family were my audience. That also counts as media experience. Now, did I ever consider that as media experience before launching a podcast? No. Someone will show me that was media experience recently. So that's why I said, yes, I had media experience. And even arguing with at newspaper stands, debating with fellow freeloaders. We didn't have enough money to afford to buy newspapers. So you just throw whatever change you had at the vendor who had the newspaper stand, and the guy will allow you read 2-3 newspapers, and or someone who buy a newspaper will allow you read a few pages and before they bounce. And in between reading them, then you start debating with someone else, with people who were you were debating national and city news and sports news. All that qualifies as media experiences because you were engaging with people, you were engaging with an audience. It was something I was building there. So never underestimate your previous experiences in life. They all qualify for something. It's a skill set that you were building from your childhood. You can leverage that into something. Question number 3. While serving in the U.S. Navy, were you ever scared or intimidated about the fact that you were in an environment and culture that you were entirely unfamiliar with? How did you cope? That's a great question. That is a great question right there. I think right from the beginning, I was afraid. God damn, girl, I was afraid. What are you talking about? Who wasn't afraid? This was the first time I'd totally been away from family. There's no, you make phone call, hey, mom, I need a recharge card, hook me up, help me. No, I was totally independent. Now this is independent. And since then, I've never looked back again, I was 100% independent. So, yeah, it's like going into a black hole. So you don't really know what's on the other side. Nobody gave me proper information. People just said it was easy, it's easy, and then people were laughing at me. Then you start becoming afraid, like you don't want to fail, so there's all those emotions bouncing back and forth. So yeah, so you go into all that, and then you like, it's like you're carrying the whole weight of the world on your shoulders. How did I cope? I think it was just one day at a time. I don't think there was anything in particular that I did that I can recall doing then. What I would advise now is just breathe. Learn to breathe. The advantage that people have today going into something like that is, like the person who stole the podcast equipment that I bought, who I was supposed to go into a partnership with. I helped him join the Army National Guard. Was it Army Reserve or National Guard? I don't even remember anymore. I don't care. But unlike my situation where the person who I knew in the family that was prior Navy, he just told me on the phone, it's easy, just go. I helped this person who ended up stealing my stuff anyway. I made sure he had information I never had, and I walked him through, and I made sure and he was still afraid, by the way. It's because anybody who tells that they were never afraid, they're lying. You get that fear. Even at the last, you might be as bold as they come, but at the last minute, your heart's going to start beating. You're going to start wondering, did I make the right decision? And I know people who backed away at the last second. There's nothing wrong with that. You're human. You're just human, But I gave him every information and help that I could. And even when he was in boot camp crying, he was struggling and all that, I was there. But me, I had nobody. So I would only write letters, and it would take like almost 2 weeks for you to get a reply. So yeah, that was like, I knew I was on my own. And when I began to adapt to that, I knew that some of my shipmates were born in other countries, and I began to see the similarities between all of us. That we might be of different skin colors, but we love the same type of music. When we shared our experiences, we had similar tastes in food, women, name it. Even one who was gay, we had so much similarities in common. So what exactly am I like being picky about, And little by little, the artificial walls started to come down, because we were 80 guys sleeping in the same room. You taking a shower together. You're all naked, seeing each other. You start losing. The fear starts to slowly evaporate. Now you see a human being before you. Now you start to see similarities in each other, and you all have the same haircuts. All that starts to you start seeing each other as brothers and sisters, because they were also women in our division. And little by little, we became friends. So yeah, did we last as friends? No. Because after we got out of basic training, it changed. But I think all that helped. But it was a struggle. And even throughout my time in the Navy, it was still a struggle. Like even when I went to the Middle East, a country I'd never been to, all the messages, the images you had seen before then was Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law, Sharia law. And then you get there and it's like totally the opposite of what you have been told. It was mad fun. I had a great time. And I remember one time I was talking to your mother, and your mother was just freaking out on the phone. And I was like, it's nothing like that. I'm having a great time here. It's nothing like that. You all should come. And I think you guys refused when I told you guys once or twice. Like, I could have. Yeah, that's a different conversation. But I know how many Nigerians I tried. I got jobs. I got the job for somebody, and she refused to take the job even, because it was Middle East, and a great job even. So, yeah, I understand now. But that's part of how I cope, because I got to Bahrain. If I had stuck to that wrong information that had been given and said, oh, Sharia law, I'm not going to set foot outside, I wouldn't be who I am today. But I still set foot outside. I still, tried and said, I want to try their food here. I want to try and know the people. If they are really about Sharia law, then okay, I will respect that. And they are the ones who were like, no, man, we're not that serious. We don't take this stuff seriously. And that's how I began to see that, outside might have an impression, but in here, it's different. So that's how I got to be able to cope with the place. And if I had not settled down in New York, I probably would have been over in the Middle East by now. Yeah. So, question number 4. Do you think you'll ever return to your home country and settle down? If yes, why? If no, why? Okay, correction. Nigeria is not my home country. I'm an American citizen now, so America is my home country. However, Nigeria is my place of birth. There's something I think people tend to not realize. People do not owe an unnecessary. We are not bound to where we are born. If I were to say, okay, I'm returning back to Nigeria. Let's say I'm returning back to Nigeria, and okay, I say I'm going to the city of where I was born in. I return to Jos. All of the family will be mad. They'll be angry with me. Why are you not coming to Yenagua? Why are you not coming to Port Harcourt? Why are you not coming to where Ijaw people are? Why are you going to the north? That's what they will say. Why are you going to give northern people money? Why are you going to contribute to people who are not, and as if Jos is a Christian majority area, by the way, but that's how to be interpreted. Like, why are you going to the Muslim people's area? You see, that's the door you're opening. People don't mention all that, except if you go to Lagos. Then, even though Lagos is still a Muslim-dominated area, because the power belongs to Muslims. Have you had a Christian? When was the last time you had a Christian governor in Lagos? Nobody talks about all that. But hey, humans have the right to migrate. We have always migrated. There's no humanity without migration. So when it comes to home is where your heart is. My heart is not in Nigeria, to be honest. And I don't believe in Nigeria as a country. I don't. However, I would like to visit. I would like to show my daughter where she has some ancestry. And if in the future she decides she wants to settle there, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's not for me. Maybe when I'm old, I might be like, well, I need to come there and be settling family quarrels. I need to come there and be, yeah, bullshit. I mean, if you all offer me king, I don't know. I don't really care about being a king. I hate that word. I hate being called a king. Honestly, I hate it. I've seen too many people die over kingship and all that shit. So it means nothing to me. However, if you offer me presidency, that's a different ball game. Woo! Yep, I'm ready. If you offer me, I'll take a governor too. Yeah, but presidency is where it's at. But no, I'm not really. I can't tell you the future tomorrow. But I would like to stay in another country, like an African country. Like I would like to stay in Namibia. I would like to stay in Ethiopia. I would like to stay in Morocco, Tunisia. Those countries. Yeah, I can call them home. Africa is my home. The whole continent. I don't owe any allegiance to Nigeria. No, I don't care about Nigeria, to be honest. I'm happy for people there. People's lives are better. That's why. That's where I'm at. I don't really care about the country, Nigeria. But yeah. So, it's not. People have the right to migrate. People have the right to move because that's what humans have been doing right from day one. Otherwise, you won't find human beings all over the earth. So no, I'm already settled in Brooklyn, New York. That's my home, and that's my home county. It's my home city, and I'm at home here. And I might move to Germany. Who knows? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Question number 5 and the last question. What advice will you give a young Nigerian with hopes of living in America one day? I don't think I'll give any advice, to be honest. I don't think I will. Because why wouldn't I give any advice? Okay, it's tough. Being the person that I am, I love seeing people win. I love seeing us win. And when I say us, I don't limit it to just only Nigerians, because I know people who say, "Oh, I'm pro-black. I'm all about black. Oh, I'm Pan-African," and all they are talking about is Nigerians. And all they're talking about is my tribe from Nigerians, actually. They don't give a damn if, let's say they are Yoruba. They don't give a damn if an Igbo person is winning. They hate it when Igbo person is winning. They hate it when Hausa person is winning. And they hate it even extra if an Ijaw person is winning. That's why I don't believe in the word Pan-African. Because every Pan-African I've met is a bloody liar. A bloody liar. I stand by that. I've not met a true Pan-Africanist. They're all bloody liars. So, what advice, like the young Nigerian, every young Nigerian I've given advice, they take it and it goes in one ear, comes out the other ear, they throw it away. So it's a waste of time. Go do your goddamn research. Decide on what you want and then bring it to me. If this is what you've decided on, and then okay, we'll work with that. I'm no longer in the business of giving young people the advice. Okay, this is what, because look at the last person that I put in the time and the effort to help. Make sure things don't go as bad as, don't suffer the way I suffered. That one ended up stealing my stuff, and he still hasn't paid me. I beat him in court. So spat on my daughter, spat on my wife. His wife insulted us and all that. Yeah, it's a tough thing dealing with Nigerians, I can tell you that. Not all Nigerians are bad, obviously, but yeah, it can be frustrating. So, no. I've had some younger Nigerians who, yeah, brother, I need advice. And I try. And look, Nigerians, it's like we don't value time. We don't understand what, if someone gives you the time, it means nothing. So, no, I don't have any advice. So I'm like, no, I'm no longer in the business of giving advice to young Nigerians. Maybe the young Zimbabwean come, I might try. I'm limited even on the patience. I love to see young people succeed. I love our support, but it's painful. It's painful when you see your people treat you like trash because you didn't count money and give them. And I understand that mentality. I understand it, but no, I don't have to tolerate it. So yeah, I don't have. The advice I'll give is do your goddamn research, and if you find whatever you like, and then you bring it to me and say, okay, this is the one I'm going to apply to. Oh, okay. If I have somebody there, I'll put you in touch with the person. If I do not, I can say, okay, I recommend something to go. But I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I see some countries like Sudan where they are fighting the military for months, and I believe in those people more than I believe in younger Nigerians. This might sound very anti-Nigerian, but it's painful. It's painful. The number of young Nigerians who have played me or just, it's like uncle, no. It's tiring. So I wish every young Nigerian the best. I know they are smart, they are great, and just do your research though. That's all I'll tell you. Do your research. If you want to go to America, fine. There are people who want to take advantage of you. There are people who bleed you dry. Don't think because you're Nigerian. Whatever you find, bring it, and then we'll work from there. But I support you. I will support you. But just remember that whenever you arrive in America, you are black. You are black. Do you find it difficult to come up with content ideas for your podcast? Or perhaps you've gotten stuck during an interview with a guest where you just have nothing to ask anymore? Try Poddex today. Poddex is the best all-in-one podcast idea generation tool. You get everything from podcast ideas to interesting conversation starters for interviews, engaging discussions, for your live streams, and even social media content ideas. With this tool, you don't have to spend weeks trying to come up with content for an episode or unique questions for your guests. Just shuffle the cards and pick one at random. Hit the record button and get started. Now you can make better content, have more fun while you're at it, and get your viral moment, all with Poddex. Head over to poddex.com and use code C4C. Once again, poddex.com and use code C4C. All right. Thank you, Joanne. I love you. Appreciate the questions. They were great questions. If anyone wants to get in touch with Joanne for Fine Innovations products, hit me up. And Joanne, you can send me, if you have a website now, then or whenever you have a website, I'll post it, I'll share it so people can get in touch with you. All righty. That's a wrap. So thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out the C4 Challenge. There are other fantastic creators like myself included. And for more of my content, go to www.whitelabelamerican.com. And if you want to get bonus content, join us on Patreon, where there's loads and loads and loads of content, including questions from my Patreons up there. Please, we welcome your support. We have merch. You're not only supporting me, you're supporting Black-owned businesses. And I also give back to fellow content creators of color too, and from minority groups. I am Raphael Harry, host of White Label American podcast. Thank you for the privilege of your company.